more than halfway through season 3. How does it feel?
Feels good. It feels, like it's kind of like weird how close to the end of the season we are in a way. And like we started writing this season almost a year and a half ago, so it's been a long time coming. And I really like how it's been coming out. I think the final touches of editorship and music supervision and everything have really put numerous wonderful cherries in the cake. So I'm digging it.
Something that I love about Coach Beard is that even though he kind of has his own outside role from the team, he tends to be such a static, like solid character for Ted and for the team. What was wow, I'm losing my words today. I'm so sorry.
I'm not going anywhere.
Why do you think that helps make AFC Richmond strong, that Beard is the solid one there to keep Ted when he's kind of going through a lot emotionally right now?
Well, I think, it kind of goes back to the beginning in a way when no one was on Ted's side except for Beard, that, on some level the team's probably going, oh boy, this guy's an idiot. But that guy seems to like him. Okay, maybe someone else can too. And in terms of being there for him now, it's just that's what loyalty is. Loyalty doesn't pick its times. Loyalty is answering the bell whenever the alarm is sounded, and Beard will continue to do that.
One of my favorite things from the past episode is your impression of Will. I gotta know, how long did it take you to get the water bottle flip?
I'm really not sure, and it's really going to sound like I'm humble bragging, but I think it was one take. In terms of the throw to, I'm pretty sure I did that on the first take. And I'm happy to be proven wrong. They have the footage. This is not subjective. It's a very clear answer on this, but that's my memory.
I mean, I'm not asking for the footage, so we're gonna say that it was.
All right, I like that.
Okay, so all right. 5 episodes left. Describe what we're going to see in 3 words.
Football, hugs, impermanence.
All right. I mean, I got nothing else from that. Brendan, it was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you.
Hi there, Jeremy. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm loving everybody's got a Believe pin on tonight.
We would just put they're magnetic as well, you see, so they don't damage your clothes.
Yeah. That's important.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last episode that just aired, the team was doing different impersonations of each other, and Higgins was not a part of that. So I'm wondering if you could become another character from Ted Lasso, like, who would you be and why?
Oh, I'd love to do Juno. Not that I can do it now, but yeah, I'd love to wear some of her clothes, I think. and do a kind of, I don't know, yeah.
I feel like you could pull off, totally. And also, Higgins has been one of my favorite characters throughout the 2 seasons of Ted Lasso. 2.5. Yeah, we're more than halfway through. How does it feel to be half this 3rd season is out?
I know. I was talking to somebody today, and they said we're 85% of the way there. I said, oh my God, you really atomized it. Wow, I know. Things come around quick, don't they? But you can still feel it sort of bubbling. It's really percolating. It feels very active, doesn't it? It feels like it's in the zeitgeist. It's going on.
It feels like things are moving towards what could be a really epic season finale. If you could describe the final 5 episodes of the season, what words would you describe? Like, I'll give you 3.
Involving, hilarious, emotional. Yeah.
Okay, one last question for you. We haven't had a Diamond Dog session in a hot minute, and there's kind of an open spot because Nate isn't there anymore. Are the Diamond Dogs looking to add anyone to their roster?
Wednesday. That's the only spoiler I can give you.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Hi, I'm Meredith. Nice to meet you. Next best picture. How are you doing tonight, Billy?
Good, yeah, this is my second time in LA. I feel like now I can kind of talk about my storyline because it was the premiere and, you know, I couldn't say much. There was a lot of people asking me questions, but now I feel like such relief that I'm back here and you've seen a couple of episodes, so, you know, I can talk.
Yeah, and so speaking of that, Sunflowers came out a couple of weeks ago, and it was a really big episode for Colin. What has the response been like for you after that episode aired?
You know, it's been amazing. I think that a lot of people just kind of felt like they were being represented in their favorite TV show, and I think that's what everyone should feel like. If they love a show, you should represent everyone, and I think that that's been great. I think that, you know, one of the things is just people in my DMs just saying, you know, the older generation sort of saying that they wish that they saw this when they were younger, when they felt conflicted, that they loved sport, but then they were gay and they felt like the two worlds couldn't merge together. And that's what Colin talks about, really, is that he's a professional soccer player and he feels like he can't live his true self, and that's what's heartbreaking, and that's what is so brilliant with the writers and what they're trying to do.
And something great about that episode is the recognition that he's not alone at AFC Richmond, that Trent is in his corner. Like, what do you think that means to Colin, especially moving out the rest of the season, that he has somebody like him in his corner?
Yeah, I think it's amazing for him because I don't think he's ever had that. You know, I don't think he's ever had that in the footballing world. So, and I think that's what was great about that scene with me and Trent is just that he listened. He just listened to Colin, and I think that's going forward in the next episodes. You're going to know that Colin has that guy that he can go and talk to, you know, because I think for so long now you've been with Ted Lasso characters since season 1, but you've never really seen who they really are, you know. So I think now you're going to hopefully start to see the real Colin.
So, should Colin decide to tell his teammates, or they find out, how do you hope the team responds?
Yeah, I think that the most important thing is it's up to Colin, and I think that's what is kind of, you know, to put it into the real world. It is up to these athletes to do exactly what they want, because I'm an actor first and foremost. You know, to know that, you know, the lives that these athletes live. You know, to be on a field, you know, on the pitch, you know, whatever, doing the, you know, in the Olympics, day in, day out, all of the scrutiny that they come under, you know, it is, I can imagine it's so tough. So I think that going forward, yeah, for Colin, you know, he should do exactly what he wants to do. And I'm so proud of him for that.
So one last question for you. In the last episode, all of the teammates were giving each other impersonations as they're switching positions. If you could switch positions with any of your teammates, co-stars, who would it be?
I think I would love to do Will the Kitman. Yeah, he's so, like, just get a couple of bottles. I mean, obviously Coach Beard did him perfectly, but I'm good friends with Charlie, and yeah, he's great. His vibe is everything. I love him this season. He's doing so well. It's really good. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi, Annette. How are you?
I'm okay. Are you?
I'm excited.
For an evening out,
I try to channel Keely and Roy in this as best I can. You know.
Where is Roy?
That's a great question. Oh, the leather jacket. I'm hoping.
Maybe.
I am such a big fan of May, and I think she's one of the unsung heroes of Ted
So do I.
What do you think about May? Why do you think fans are drawn to her? She holds it down at the pub, you know.
Yeah, I think she. The three lads secretly used to call me the boss, and I think she is the boss. But she cares. You have to fight your corner. You have to prove your worth. But she will fight for you like a lioness if she has to. Once you've won her heart, and I think people know that she's a kind of true ring, and she is a matriarch. She's not the normal one. She's not what you expect, but she's got a true heart, and she sees what's happening to people.
Now, you mentioned the pup lads. I gotta ask, does May have a favorite between them, or do you can't pick favorites between them?
Oh, you can't make favorites. I feel sorry for them all. Blooming idiots. I'm not their mother, but I have to be like their mother. Blimey, I don't know. They're hopeless.
They truly are hopeless without you. Now, this could be the last season of Ted Lasso. We don't know, but if it were to be the end, what do you hope fans take away from the show and your involvement with it?
I hope they take great heart in it, and I think it's made without cynicism and great love and great truth, and I know it's been important to people. And I hope they laugh a great deal and have a warm memory, but also that they can hold on to those things that have meant so much to them in the making. You know, that's been the extraordinary thing, the audience reactions through COVID, you know, and it's just kept people going.
Annette, thank you so much for talking with me. I hope you have a great night tonight. Yes. Hi. I'm great. How are you?
Great. I'm great. Thank you so much.
Okay, I gotta say, your beard impression in the last episode was pitch perfect. What was it like to channel Coach Beard like
It was
that?
great. It was great. I had a severe sore throat afterwards because there's a multiple takes you had to do. But it was great. It was so much fun. I got to write on the whiteboards as much as the beardness that I know, like speed around the outside. It was just a great excuse to just fool around and just be silly, which I love, which is great. It's so cool.
Yeah, and I think Will in particular kind of has it easy that he's coming into being the Kitman, not being picked on, but being really embraced by the team. So because Nate was kind of a little bit of a bully to Will, putting it lightly, should Nate come back, what do you think it would take for Will to potentially forgive him?
That's a good question. I feel like, because he's earning a lot of money as the manager now, I feel like it would be a bit rude not to buy like a Pagani Zonda or something, like a really nice car for him. And then a house as well for him and his mum. I feel like that's a fair, reasonable excuse to come back at that point. I feel like that's okay. Right?
Emotional damages, you gotta, reparations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we've got 5 episodes left of the season. In 3 words, how would you describe what's awaiting?
3 words. 3 words. Good question. I would say lavender. I would say everyone's face was like, oh, lavender. Tears and romance.
Man.
I'm not saying which characters. I'm not saying which. The general romancing of friendship.
Way to tease us. Way to tease us. Thank you so much for talking. Nice to meet you, by the way. Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Nice to meet you, Steph.
Welcome to Ted Lasso Day.
Thank you.
How does one celebrate Ted Lasso Day? Like, what would you need to do to fully embrace celebrating Ted Lasso for the day?
We need champagne, definitely. That's something very important. We need to have some contact with the fans, see some smiles, and to have some pictures. And I think that's all you need. I mean, the job is done. You just see their reaction. They're happy. Everybody's happy. So.
Totally. So in the last episode, all of the team members switched positions and were impersonating their different teammates. If you could impersonate and switch positions with one of your castmates and team members, who would it be? Come on.
Oh my God! Like in Les Miserables. Oh, Cabrón. Is that Spanish or it's Portuguese? I don't even know. Okay, maybe Cristo is easier to impersonate. Sorry, don't cut that.
Well, if he swings by here, I'm totally telling him you did that. So you have 5 episodes left in this season. What do you think fans could expect for the last few episodes of season 3?
I think they will go through a lot of feelings. The episodes are great. The ending is great, so they'll go till the end. That's good. We want more, but the more we get, the closer we are to the end of the season, and we still don't know what happened. So they're gonna have this love-hate. Let's enjoy it, but we don't know. Do we want more or less? So it's gonna be a weird feeling, even for us. I mean, we don't know much. So only one person knows. It's Jason, and I cannot wait to see it myself.
And I can't wait to see it too. Thank you so much for talking with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's a pleasure.
Meredith. Hi, how are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am feeling great. You know, I had a long sleep. You know, I've got over the jet lag. I'm feeling good. Yes.
But you're here. You're here.
I made it. I made it here. I'm here. This is not a clone. This is not a body double. This is not prosthetics. This is me.
We're not in the Matrix. We're here.
Yes, we are not in the Matrix. Are we? Yeah, no, we're not. I hope not. I am here, yes.
So something that I loved about the last episode is that you gave a really well done Dani Rojas impression. What was that like channeling Cristo for just a brief scene and just having the teams kind of like switch places with each other?
You know what it was? To be honest, it was literally just like on the whim. It was improvisation. It wasn't like planned like that. And you know, we did it, and I never thought it would make the final cut. Because we did it and then we moved on. It was I didn't see the rushes or anything like that. And then when I saw the scene, you know, playing on, I was like, wait, hold on a second. They didn't. They did. And it came out, and I found it hilarious. You know, because I didn't want it to go to the other way, and you know, it sounded a bit, you know, like I'm being a bit of a racist. But the joke landed, and it was great. You know, it was it's one of them things where you never know where, you know, when it gets edited, you never know what's gonna happen.
Absolutely, and like you said, it really did stick the landing. I thought it was a really funny moment, and it's been fun this season watching like Isaac really come into his own as like a leader for AFC Richmond. Like, how has that been for you, kind of like seeing this journey for him this season?
It's been beautiful to see, you know, coming from where Isaac came from and to where he is now is a completely different person. You know, he's better looking, better at football. He's better dressed. I think he's always been good dressed. He always had swag in it, you know. But yeah, he's learned so much being a leader, and he's learned so much about listening, and he's learned so much about, you know, appreciating people and loving the people that are around him, you know. And I just love playing the character.
So we've got like 5 more episodes left of the season. In 3 words, what would you use to describe what fans can expect in these last 5 episodes?
Roller coaster. Just hold on. Just hold on.
We're not ready. Thank you.
You are not ready. No.
Thank you so much for talking with us. Nice to meet you. Cheers. Hi. Hello. How are you doing, Cristo? Meredith, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, be honest. To the nearest 1,000, how many people sent you tulip pictures after the Amsterdam episode?
So many. In all social media, and also now in the streets, they mention where I should go and see the tulips. Thank God I found some tulips now that we were doing press in London. So, I took a picture, and the fans seemed to be like, thank God finally Dani found his tulips. So.
I mean, we were worried. He just wanted to see the one tulip, and you found your plot of tulips.
I found them, a lot of them. Dani can handle one, I can handle many.
Dani seems to just emanate joy whatever room he goes into. Has his infectious spirit kind of like bled into your life at all?
Yeah. I think, I try to appreciate also the little moments, just like Dani, just like, but also it's a representation of where I come from and who I am, and being a Mexican from Guadalajara, and also us Latinos, we try to bring that up with that joy, and I'm just grateful I was able to represent that in such a great platform, and yeah.
So one of my favorite things from the past episode was your impersonation of Isaac. Was that an ad lib, or did you like work hard to come up with to channel Isaac?
You know, the funny thing is that Kola and we take the piss out of each other with the accents. So he likes to pretend that he can do Mexican accent, and I imitate him. So I go with the prof, yeah, and those kind of things. But that's the writers. I think they listen a lot to us, and they put a lot of who we are and what we do and in the scripts, and sometimes things we do end up in the scripts and we're like, oh, they were listening. So that's a moment that Colin and I always did on set and out of set and behind the cameras, and they put it out there, and we had lots of fun.
So we have 5 more episodes left, which is like hard to imagine. What 3 words would you use to describe what fans could expect in these last 5 episodes?
Football, and not just because saying football, but there's gonna be lots of football. Like seriously, there's gonna be lots of football, and I'm very proud because we work hard on the sequences, and yeah, a big shout to Dan Parslow, Casali, and Pedro Romani. They work hard with us for those sequences, so I cannot wait to see what the fans think about that. And I mean, 3 words is hard. Yeah, football and tears, but tears of happiness. There you go, tears of happiness. That's what you can expect.
Goody. Thank you so much for talking with us. Enjoy tonight.
Thank you. We'll do. We'll
Yep.
try. Please, sure.
Hi, James. Nice to meet you.
Hello,
Next
how
best
are you?
picture. I'm doing great. How are you? You look so dapper.
Thank you, Meredith. Hello.
So Trent Crimm, formerly The Independent. It's so interesting to watch you this season because you went from being such an impartial person of the news, kind of watching from the outside, to getting an inside look into this team. How have you seen Trent kind of change alongside with the team that he's supposed to be observing for this book that he's writing?
Well, I think quite a lot is going on for Trent. I always had this feeling that he was, quite isolated, a bit of an outsider, going from childhood school, not picked for the team, etc., etc. So for him then to kind of like find himself in the locker room as opposed to being on his own writing was in itself a bit of a thrill. And then inevitably, naturally, kind of relationships start to form. And obviously, because I'm playing Trent, that also happened for me, because I was spending a lot of time with the team. So I was like a little honorary member, which was just really cool. I loved it.
Oh, I mean, speaking of being kind of like an honorary member of the team, there's this thing called the Diamond Dogs, and Nate used to be a part of it, and there's kind of an open spot. Do you think Trent would be open to joining the Diamond Dogs?
Oh, I think Trent's more of a cat. You know what I mean? Diamond cat? No, he wouldn't be a diamond cat, would he? He'd be like a sort of a pearly cat? I don't know.
I actually love that. That'd be great.
Yeah, the Diamond Dogs are the pearly cat.
So the Amsterdam episode was not only a big episode for Colin, but it was also a big episode for Trent because audiences got to learn this side of Trent, that he is actually gay. What was that like what's the response been like for you after the episode dropped?
Well, the response has been completely gorgeous, I think a lot of people were really moved, and it was very cathartic, which is obviously like so lovely for us to play, but really in a way it's quite sad as well, because it's like just the fact that the situation is the way it is, like it should just be much more normal than that. It shouldn't really be a big deal as a scene or as a storyline, but because of the reality of how it is, particularly in the world of sport and in football, it was super essential, you know, and I'm just over the moon that we've kind of helped, you know, bring in a new normal. You know what I mean? Because it's just totally normal to be gay. It's not abnormal. We are who we are. We're just people. So, yeah.
Well, we've got 5 more episodes left of this season. How would you describe them in like 3 words?
Funny.
Perfect. Thank you so much, James. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
I would love to talk with you. Hi. How are you doing, Yvette?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy Ted Lasso Day.
Ted Lasso Day. This is pretty exciting.
It is. What is it about Ted Lasso, do you think, that people are connecting to that makes it worth celebrating?
It's just a love letter to friendship and believing in yourself and trying again, you know, and going to therapy. It's all the things that we all need. It celebrates it in such a wonderful way. And people make a lot of mistakes, but they learn from them and they apologize and they endeavor to do better. And I think that's something that we all need to learn how to do.
Absolutely. Going into, you are such a seasoned pro at moderating, by the way. I was at Comic-Con one year when you moderated the Once Upon a Time panel, so you are a seasoned pro. What is it coming into tonight? Like, are you going to throw them off their game? Like, are you going to have fun with them? What's the mood for the panel tonight?
This is my favorite group of people to talk to because they all give great answers. They love and enjoy each other. So I can ask a question and 5 other people will jump in to compliment someone. So it's really going to be just an easygoing, fun time, I hope. And I hope I get to ask them questions that they haven't heard before or that they don't mind answering again if they have heard before. And just getting to spend time with my friends. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I mean, that's the best that you can do. One last question for you. Community movie is coming up.
I don't know anything about it. Y'all can keep asking me. I don't know anything.
Well, okay.
If you ask anybody, we're like, it's happening. I can tell you that.
Okay, but it's happening. But if you could choose anything that you would want Shirley to go through in the movie, like what's the storyline you would give her?
You know what? I leave that to Dan Harmon. He's such a smart man. The writers know what, and I would never think that I knew more about Shirley than he does. So I got to leave it to Dan. Whatever they do, and may the movie be a success. That's all I got.
Well, that works. I'm excited no matter what happens.
It's going to be great no matter what. It's going to be great no matter what. You got to remember that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.